We're up and at 'em.
Yeah.
You're on the road. You're traveling. We're recording the Midweek Howl from the truck somewhere in parts unknown. I'm sitting at Christy's desk because she's away on a business trip. So I'm sitting here. I get to use the desk, and I'm watching it rain. I didn't go to work today. I used a sick day.
Oh, don't say that, dude. Now you might have a listener at the office.
I did. Well, I had to call, and I tweaked. Here's what happens at the post office. Every 6 weeks, you get a Friday and a Saturday off. You get a long weekend.
Yep.
And so Friday, this was my long weekend. Friday comes around. I'm downstairs. I got a bunch of stuff to do. Just standing in the kitchen, and I just
turned and something hurt.
My back went right out. My lower left, my back just went right out. And I just knew it, you know what I'm saying? And I was done. So I couldn't get into the chiropractor. He was booked I couldn't get in until Saturday morning. And then I have this neuromuscular massage lady that I sometimes go to.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's not.
You're newlywed.
It's not fun, man.
Oh, okay.
This is the kind of massage that brings tears to your eyes, and they aren't tears of joy. And but she wasn't available either. So I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a bad weekend. So, but she goes, I can see you Sunday morning. So I got to the chiropractor Saturday. I suffered.
Isn't that a song by the Rolling Stones, Sunday Morning Girl or Sunday Morning?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Is it?
No.
I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe Glenn Campbell.
If it's not, it should be. Right. And,
we'll write it. We'll write it.
I did write a song called Sunday Morning Beauty Queen that I just actually pitched to
that title's too long.
Oh gosh, it's too long. Sunday Morning Beauty Queen.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. It means Sunday morning at 1 a.m. or Sunday morning at 11 a.m.
It's pretty.
The parameters are different. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
you gotta.
Mickey Gilley used to say the girls get prettier at closing time, but he didn't say nothing about opening time. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
the pendulum swings back.
Well, the judge back in his college days, him and one of our good buddies, they used to have a saying: "A 2 at 10 is a 10 at 2." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
That goes right along with the girls all get prettier at closing time. But gosh, how did we get so far left of center?
I don't even know. We went from Blair. We had a call. Tell the people we had a call. We had a conversation before the conversation, and to go live. My stuff didn't work. I had to reset my password, and I'm used to putting my thumb on the deal and everything working. And then it's wanting to send me something to my recovery thing to update my password because I entered it too many times wrong. So then I reset it, and they said you can't use that password because you already used it. Bullshit! Your thing just said it didn't work.
So everybody that thinks podcasting is glamorous, this is what we're dealing with. Well, this is just like a sideshow, is what this is.
Without a doubt. So anyway, we were going to talk about the villages. What were we going to talk about? The villages.
I got a erectile dysfunction. The villages. Which leads to me throwing my back out, which had nothing to do with any of that. But
who was Joe Dirt? Who was Joe Dirt? Harvey?
The guy that played Joe Dirt?
Who played Joe Dirt?
It was David Spade.
David Spade. Okay. He had a thing a while back. It was a little stick or whatever where he was, and he said, the problem with getting old is you ever get, you just hurt and you don't know what's going to happen. If you're not hurting, you're paranoid that you're going to hurt, and it goes off, segues into, just moving and your back goes out or sneezing and your back goes out for a week. And I used to think that was the dumbest thing I heard until now. Like, you just tell me you're in the kitchen and it happened. Well, I didn't even turn fast. I just turned. And my right knee is like loose.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And this is the best way I can say it. When you take a socket and put it on the end of an extension, sometimes it's tighter than others, you know what I mean? But it's on there, but it's still wobbling. Like when you screw around too much, it'll come off. But anyway, that's what it feels. So some days when I turn, like, especially if I'm wearing some new boots, right? With some big old, like, hiking boot, Danner Predator style boots. And and I'm going to the football game, and I walk up them bleachers, and if somebody says something to me, or if I turn on the bleachers, it's like my body will turn, but my feet will not. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah,
it's like I can feel that thing, and I went too far. I got to go back, so it goes back together.
I gotta be honest, I don't even like going up and down bleachers, because the way up is bad, kind of bad,
Huh?
Especially when you're going up bleachers, a lot of times the weather's cold, so I'm not warmed up anyway. And but it's the coming down. You just don't know what's going to happen, if you're going to even make that step.
I get surrounded where I sit over by concession. I get surrounded by fat people. So I know if I fall, it's going to be like a rave. You know when them dudes jump off the stage? It's going to be soft.
The mosh pit.
Mosh pit. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's going to be a cellulite, cesspool. Okay. But it's going to be okay for me. But some of these people, my people down here, they will not take much of an impact. I can tell that already. They did not take very good care of themselves, and they will not take an impact, which is going to segue. We ain't even talked about what you want to talk about, and I'm going to tell you a problem I have.
Okay, what do you got?
I let my daughter essentially drive my old 2016 pickup, right? So I was looking to buy an old junk 4-wheel-drive for hunting season that I can put my 4-wheeler in the back of, or pull my little 4-wheeler trailer, and I just want an old Chevy, right? Because I'm an old Chevy guy, right? So my brother says, well, you need to get on Facebook and you can, see all this Facebook marketplace. Because I tell him, I get on Craigslist and nothing on. You need to get on Facebook. Well, I don't have a Facebook account. So I got my dead brother's iPad, so I use his Facebook account.
Oh, God.
So
okay.
Sometimes I think these people don't respond because they say, this dude's dead, but whatever.
They think you're scared.
I'm looking at this Chevrolet extended cab, 4-wheel drive, old 95 3/4 ton. And the guy says, oh, it runs great. Blah, blah, blah. He just talks it up, like it's all ready to go. I sent him a message, and he says, oh yeah, it starts right up and it's ready. Sometimes it shifts a little hard when it's cold, but I put a new distributor cap, wires, plugs, and all this crap on it. So I said, well, okay, come look at it tomorrow. This was last week. So this story goes about 5 days because I jacked with parachute pants is what I'm going to call it. Twice. I didn't learn my lesson the first time I was there. I had to go back with my brother and my son. So I go there, and it's way down in the wood. It's when you click on that thing, it says 5 miles away, but it takes you 45 minutes to get there because it's across the lake and down in the woods. And
of course.
The show Ozark did not do it justice to people that I deal with down here in real life. You know what I mean? People wouldn't believe the real show, so they had to make believe that Hollywood show, Netflix show. So I get down there and pull in this, and it was kind of misty and chilly the other day. And this guy comes out, and he's got a nasty old trailer from the late 60s, early 70s. I'm not up on my trailer. This truck's parked in the driveway, and it's blue and white two-tone, and the white is turning black from the mold, like siding on a house when it sets. You know how you know what I mean? When they set, they'll turn gray.
Yeah.
He comes out, he's got a pair of tie-dye pants on, like parachute. Like, remember there was a who was the rapper that jumped out of, he had a commercial where he jumped out and his pants would poof up, like he jumped out of the second, third story, and his pants would
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer, you know what I'm talking about.
He had like the Zubas, like the parrot.
Yes.
Like the...
So imagine this freaking guy. Imagine an old fucking, just a fat white guy that's probably only about 40, really. You know what I mean?
Hard 40 years though, right? Like a
cigarette. Hey, cigarette. He's got a parachute pants that are tie-dyed, and like flip-flops. Now it's 50 and rainy. You know what I mean? I got a champion sweatshirt on. I got $200 hiking boots on or whatever, and I'm rolling. So, and he's got a tie-dye shirt that doesn't look anything like the tie-dye pants. Like the pants were yellow, blue. They were like red, yellow, green.
Like if you have tie-dye pants, you need to have a solid color.
Yes.
Shirt. Like
and he's got the tie-dye. You know how you can see there's a swirl pattern because you know how it's made, right?
Yeah. You just
so it's opposite, like it's yin yang, and the top is this purple and white. You know what I mean? Just a purple and white tie-dye the opposite direction.
Did he have a bandana? Did he have a bandana on?
No, he didn't have a bandana.
All right.
He just and he gets the keys out and he first thing he does, he's got to hook the battery out. And I said, he's got a battery drain, and the truck it's straight as a string. It ain't beat up. It's got a little rust on the rockers and above the back wheels, but it's a pretty straight truck. You could tell at one point somebody took care of it, right?
Yeah.
So I said, it's got a battery drain. No, it was just dead the other day. Guy was here. I had jump started. I look in and the door panel on the passenger side taken off. And I said, what's the door panel? Well, the window doesn't work. And I was going to try to get it fixed. But, and you know, the window, they call them regulator. Regulator's only about $38 at O'Reilly. So then he starts telling me, I said, does it run good? Oh, yeah. As he's tightening the side post battery thing. Oh, yeah, it runs good. I drive. So where are you working at? Well, I work up here at the bar in Versailles, but now I got that 300. He's got an old raggedy 300. It looks like it ought to belong on, you know, Forza 7 or something. Forza GTA Atlanta or something. You know what I mean? And hey, I hit the button on this, click, click, click. So he's got to tighten a little bit. So then it just spins and never starts. I just don't understand. That's what he's screwing around with it. I said, you got a Tesla? No, I don't really have any tools. I had to have a friend come on. You know, you know, some of these people I deal with down here, grapes of wrath would be like lifestyles of rich and famous for these people, you know. So finally I said, hey, man, I tell you what, I said, I got a brother that's a TV repairman. He's got the ultimate set of tools. I'll bring him down in a couple of days. And we'll look at it. He goes, man, I said, he'll bring one of them fancy snap-on scanners and he'll scan this thing. And so a couple of days later, Saturday morning, my son had practice. They had the game Friday night. They have a practice. They watch film and just practice or whatever Saturday morning, you know. And after that, I picked him up, met my brother, and we drive over there, my son, my brother, and we pull in. And I didn't realize it before. In the side of this house, in the yard, there's a Ford Explorer back when Firestone was killing everybody, one of that generation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with the window knocked out and just a pile of shit. And there's an old camper parked there. It's probably not as old as it looks, just dilapidated. And the more I jacked with this guy trying to start this truck, I said, hey, I got to pee. Can I just pee over here on this side? Yeah, my mom lives there, but she ain't home. So I went on this side's camper and I thought, golly, dude, you letting your mom live down here and shit like this? Whatever, right? So I come back 4 days later with my brother, and I'm telling my brother and my son about this tie-dye outfit. You ain't gonna believe this guy, you know what I mean? My son was trying to grasp the tie-dyes in the opposite direction, or whatever. I ain't kidding you, Shane. As we pulling in, I realized there's like a 220 amp wire. You know, the gray wire that goes to your dryer. You ever bought a new dryer and had to buy the right wire? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Big, thick gray stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's one running from his trailer, because I seen these pieces of plywood in the driveway that I didn't remember seeing the other day. And there's a piece of wire going from his trailer. The coils are up in the grass so you can see it. Tucked under this thing, it's got a circle driveway, so it's got to go across one way and across the front of this old truck, plugged in. So they run a hot wire from his trailer over to grandma's or mom's trailer. You know what I mean? And I told my brother, I said, holy cow, can you believe? I told my brother, I said, holy cow, can you believe he's got that freaking wire running across the driveway like that? Of course, my brother's pretty laid back. He said, well, it's plastic coated. It's probably that dock stuff that's rated for ground contact. So it's not that big a deal. I said, not that big a deal. You're driving over, you know what I mean? A sharp rock or something screws it up.
But she's drawing power, not directly from his trailer.
Yes.
That's not a fire. That's not a fire hazard or anything.
He steps out on the porch. We pull in. He steps out on the porch and lights a cigarette. And he's wearing the same freaking outfit from 3 days before. Same tie-dye outfit, and we go over there. And the short version of this, because I go on for the truck does not run.
Your brother from Fast Times at Ridgemont High can't even get it.
He can't. He tells the guy, "Hey, dude, I don't know what you're thinking on these spark plug wires, but they're off." The guy says, and each spark plug wire has got two numbers on it on a piece of Scotch tape, not Scotch, masking tape. 2 and 1, not on the same wire. He's got a piece of tape that says 2, and then another piece of tape that says 1 or 7 or whatever. my brother said, what's the deal with the numbers? Well, I numbered them when I took the old ones off and I was trying to get them back. And my brother says, well, why is there 2 numbers on everyone? Well, I screwed up the first time and I was trying to redo it the second time, make sure I got it right. So I just said, hey man, we're gonna I got another one to go look at, which I did. We'll have to talk to you later about it. And we got in the truck and I said, can you believe it? So I texted this other dude on my brother's Facebook. Hey, give me your address. He gave me his address. It was kind of down there. Same deal. It runs good. And I said, am I going to be able to drive this thing back to Osage Beach, which is, where I live from? It's only about 15 miles. He said, well, if you bleed the brakes. I said, bleed the brakes? You didn't say nothing about the brakes. So we drive down in the damn woods. And I mean, this made Deliverance look like a subdivision. And we get down there. And here's this black Suburban. It looked good, too. Backed in there. Same deal. It's supposed to run good. This guy's got an old camper, too. The first trailer in this thing looked like it was like one of them old Airstreams or, the silver ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, they'd taken the aluminum off the outside and left all the insulation and studs. You know what I mean? Like they'd scrapped the freaking outside and left the dust. I got a video of it. My son took a video. I'm gonna send to you. Don't pay Facebook. Don't post it. I'll send you so you got it. Okay?
Oh my God! So they scrapped the outside of the Airstream because they needed beer money.
Left all the stuff. I guess. You know what I mean?
They needed beer money for the weekend, and
I guess.
That's all.
And and he's in the camper. But we don't know who's in what. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, there's this burnt out one looking there, scrapped out one. There is one that's there's a camper like a 18-foot Shasta from the 70s in there with plywood over one window, and they made a plywood door like the door got screwed up, and it's got an awning on it made out of plywood too. That's all turned gray, just all turned gray. And about 50 yards up the dirt. There is crappy old, trailer that looks unlivable and a big old white like carpet van, like a snatching van,
Yeah, like a John Wayne Casey mobile.
Yeah, we pulled in there, and my brother says, "Which one does this guy live in?" I said, "Shit, I don't know. I'm Facebook messaging. I didn't even know his, real name or whatever." So finally, I'm walking around this thing, and my brother's walking around, and my brother's going to go walk that other trailer by the carpet van, and that old chassis starts moving around like there's a bear or something in there, And then this dude come out. My brother hailed a guy at the other when he come out and said, "Yeah, I think the kid's name is John. John, he might be awake sleeping. He stays up late at night. It's like noon, 1 o'clock." And I told my brother, I said, "Hold on, somebody's coming in this thing." Because the guy's going, "Hold on, let me get my pants on." This old dude come out, and I said, "Dude, he's probably 35 or 38 or something." You know what I mean? And his glasses were skewed. I tell you who he looked like. Combination. You ever see who's Tommy Boy?
Chris Farley.
This old boy looks like Chris Farley with mild Down syndrome, and he'd been smoking some weed. So imagine Chris Farley with Down syndrome, pothead Chris Farley with Down syndrome.
So Chris Farley.
Yeah, but he had these glasses, gold rim glasses, skewed, and same deal. Puffy. He had like puffy, thin champion style. Like sweatpants on, Crocs, T-shirt.
Crocs? Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, it's 50 and rainy, And it runs great. I drove it to work every day. I said, when's the last time you drove? Well, I haven't worked since June. I said, you haven't worked since June? No, my ball joint went out, and in order for it to I got a friend help me fix it, and it won't pass inspection now and all shit. Well, Missouri, to get your license plate, cars have to be inspected, you know what I mean? But people drive them all the time with no inspections, bad inspections. Come on, dude. So anyhow, we got to get this thing freaking running. So I got him there chain smoking. The old man next door, which ends up being his dad, has been in the penitentiary for 17 years. But, Dad was one of them old school guys. You ever been around those old guys that still cared about their hair? Because my son, my teenager, really loves his hair. And that's the first thing he said when we got in the truck. Me and my brother was kind of talking about these people. And my son goes, "Boy, Dad had some good hair, didn't he?" So it's like his whole world is falling down. He's been in the penitentiary. He's out, and that's what I was trying to tell my son. We think he's on hard times. maybe it segues into what we were talking about. Who's that got it made, right? Do you really think you got it made? If you've been in penitentiary for 17 years and you're living in a trailer down here that belongs to your niece, your brother's daughter, who bought 5 acres 35 years ago, and you drive a car, this guy's probably had the best he's had in 20 years, right? He don't care.
And his hair looks
his
good.
Old fingernails all look burnt, and his old fingernails were all burnt up from, you've been around and seen people. It's like he smoked so many things, his fingers are turning to coal, like lumps of burnt.
Yeah.
Cold. So anyway, we finally get this damn Suburban running. It started up good when we got it going. I tell this guy I'm gonna take it for a ride, and he gets in the back like I'm gonna steal it. My son's in the passenger off, and we can't even get this damn thing to get out of its own way. It had issues, and I bring it back, and he's telling me, well, it went from it runs great, I drive it every day to work, to, hey, what do you think? Guys think what's wrong with it? It's like, dude, we're not here to diagnose your shit. We were here to buy something. So he wanted $1,500 for this Suburban. And I said, dude, I'll give you $800 cash for it right now. Oh, I don't think I can do that. I can't lose money like that. I give more than that for it. And he told me he hadn't worked since June. He lives on $200 a month at disability he gets. And I said, $200 a month, how you keep electric on? Well, I got that generator, and I only run it a couple hours a day. I get some lawnmower gas and put in it.
$200 a month.
So when we left, we went to this place to eat, me and my brother, my son. My son's like, what? And I said, son, this is the sad part. You go down there 5 years from now, and he'll still be living there, and he'll still have that freaking Suburban.
Oh, man.
I don't even know. This is kind of depressing. So,
but you offered him 4 months worth of disability in cash, and he wouldn't take it.
Nope.
Oh boy. Well, I don't know. At least you still got a car now, and you got it running for him. And you got it running for him.
That's right. Got it running for him.
So, did you ever end up getting anything?
Nope. I just quit. I just told my old lady, my wife, my son, you know what? I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing. It just depresses me. Ride around looking at these people.
Well, hey, look.
Yeah, I'm going to buy I'm going to be asking my brother makes one. You're going to buy a $1,500 truck to haul a $5,000 coal? I said, yeah, maybe a redneck, right?
Hey, at least, so compare that story to the guy in the Villages down in Florida that just got busted for possession of all those erectile dysfunction drugs.
He was selling them, peddling them.
He was going to sell them. I don't think he got to sell them.
Oh, I thought he was selling them. I thought they had him like in a buy or something with them.
No, I think they stopped him, and I wanted to make a joke, maybe on his golf cart, because that's what you drive around down there.
When I seen the thing, I thought, how boring is the law enforcement? And law enforcement has went from cocaine cowboys in Miami Vice down in Florida to getting some old timers for some erectile dysfunction pills. I mean, that tells you where law enforcement is right there. How far we've fallen with the George Floyd and all that stuff. You know what I mean? When you can't even get a pecker pill at the Villages.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the From the Shadows podcast. Until next time, never shy away from the darkness or what may be lurking in the shadows. We are out. Ha 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 ha.